Good morning. Bonjour, bienvenue, ani, bonjour. We're so happy to have you here today. I'm very excited about today. I'm going to tell you later about all of the great things, but I can't begin to tell you how excited I am that thanks to the brilliance of our staff team at the college, we are live streaming today. Yeah, it's awesome. So before we begin, I do have a few housekeeping items I have to tell you. Your symposium packages have a program with the speaker bios and the agenda to follow along. Later in the day, we will be distributing USB keys with all of the PowerPoint presentations. There will be coffee and networking breaks throughout the day. I trust if you haven't found them yet, you'll know that the washrooms are just out here by the registration desk. And if you have any questions or concerns about dietary or allergies, could you please advise one of our college staff? So as we start, we want to acknowledge Toronto as a sacred gathering place for many Aboriginal peoples of Turtle Island. I want to recognize the long history of First Nations and Métis peoples in Ontario and show respect today to the Mississaugas of New Credit. Today is also Journée de la Francophonie, and we'd like to acknowledge that. At the college, we're very excited to be hosting our second symposium, once again focusing on the theme of leadership and professionalism in our profession of early childhood education. Today we're going to hear from many RECEs, other thought-provoking speakers on the topics of leading change in the early years, leadership and professional collaboration. And we're going to see what leadership looks like in action. We are, and I am particularly so delighted to see a room full of professionals who recognize the importance and connection between leadership and professionalism and high quality early learning and care for families. We had the opportunity yesterday to hear Dr. Rudd speaking about leadership and change, and one of the things, and I hope I'm not preempting you, Joe, but one of the things that really resonated with me was about building bridges, and she talked about the importance of leaders building bridges, or being bridges rather, and when I think of all of the potential bridges that we have here today who will go back out into the world and connect with families and connect with other professionals and connect with other registered ECEs and really look at our change as a coherent whole, as a group, I'm really quite in awe. So thank you. We have, today we have with us folks who are from licensed childcare, from schools, school support programs. We have members of our college staff and council, employers, educational institutions, professional resource centers, CMSMs and DSABs, representatives from our provincial government, First Nations, and many others. And we will have opportunity, and I'm sure, like you, like me, you will be excited to take some of the networking opportunities and share ideas and meet old friends. This symposium marks the beginning of our second leadership pilot. 40 registered early childhood educators were selected from a number of college members who applied for this unique professional learning experience. All of the participants are currently working in a supervisory position and will take the opportunity over the next year to focus on building their leadership capacity while deepening their understanding of their role in integrating the code and the standards in their work with children, families, colleagues, and communities. In fact, they will have a significant role in going back to their communities and sharing their knowledge and building even more bridges. Exciting news that many of the resources that have been created for this leadership pilot, including a number of online learning modules, will soon be available as learning resources for all members of the college. Stay tuned for more information on this next year. I just want to ask all those 40 leadership participants if you could just stand up so we could acknowledge you. Thank you very much. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge Nancy Matthews, who will be joining the Ministry of Education as the new Assistant Deputy Minister of the Early Years Division. Nancy's right here. Nancy. She's had several years as the ADM in Ministry of Children and Youth Service and Ministry of Environment, and originally came from the City of Toronto with General Manager of Children's Services. We're very excited to have you with us in this profession, and with the Early Learning Branch, welcome. I also want to thank our many generous sponsors who have contributed to making this symposium a success. The Ministry of Education, Humber College, Niagara Region Children's Services, the Regional Municipality of Durham Children's Services Division, the University of Guelph Humber, George Brown College, University of Guelph Department of Family Relations and Applied Nutrition, Ryerson University School of Early Childhood Studies. Thanks in part to these contributors, we have been able to ensure that this important knowledge that we gain here today will be widely shared. So we will have that USB stick for you to take home, and again, the very exciting opportunity to have this symposium live streamed to all our members across the province. We have some great exhibitors here today. We hope that you will take some time to visit them during your networking breaks. They have valuable information to share. I'd like to acknowledge our partners in hosting the symposium, the Association of Early Childhood Educators of Ontario and l'AFACEO. They will be sharing a few words, but just before I call them up, I want to take the opportunity to thank our college staff. Our staff we're here at the crack of dawn, but that's not when they started working on this. They've been working on this for a long, long time. And all of our staff, from the folks who organized the event, folks like Melanie, who helped with the setting of the symposium and setting up, and those folks who went through the process of helping choose all of our participants. We at the College Council feel so honored that we have such an amazing team, and I would like to take a moment to thank them publicly. And you would never have a team without a leader, and I don't know where our fearless leader, where did she go? Oh, there you are, right in front of me. I want to say a public thanks to Sue Cork. Really, LP1 and LP2 were not only Sue's brainchild. She just casually happened to mention to the ministry that perhaps they should, give us some funds to do this, and had a brilliant thought and took that brilliant thought and ran with it. We also will soon be, I wasn't going to do this, but I can't take this opportunity where I have opportunity to speak to everyone in the province to say that Sue will soon be moving into the next stage of her life, that thing we call retirement, although Jim Greaves said he's going to set up a post-RECE retirement thing, so Sue and I and other folks can join Jim. But we wanted to say that Sue has been I want to say, and I know I speak on behalf of my colleagues at the council, that Sue's been an amazing force for our profession of early childhood educators. She has embraced our professionalism and helped us embrace our own professionalism and our leadership. And for that, all the work she's done for us and for today, we want to say to Sue, thank you very much. And now I'll call on Noreen McChesney from AECEO.
Good morning, bon matin, and Minu Gijab. Two things. First of all, check the sweater to my colleagues from last night. Second of all, Sue, enjoy your cat during retirement. And thirdly, the words I speak this morning are a combination of other people's work, and some people say it's plagiarism, I say it's being resourceful. But Shani gave me very graciously permission to use some of the work that she's put together for our fall ECE Link publication for the ACO. So these aren't all my words. So I'm so very proud to be here with all of you. representing the Association of Early Childhood Educators Ontario, here at this very outstanding Leadership Symposium, in partnership with the College of Early Childhood Educators. To quote the symposium description, the symposium will emphasize the importance of investing in leadership at this time of social, political, contextual, and regulatory change in the early learning and care sector. Really, how impressive this collective is here today, representing our field. Well, Lois named all of the partners here, and importantly, the leadership participants. We're all here with our collective investment in our early learning field. What an exciting time to be an early childhood educator. It's been my pleasure to watch the progression of our field of practice come to the fruition of the college and the evolution of the AECEO to the very highly regarded and valuable professional association that it is today. I believe that the benefits of membership to the AECEO cannot be emphasized enough to registered early childhood educators. To reflect on the 4 foundations of how does learning happen, I believe that the AECEO creates the opportunity for early learning professionals to have a sense of belonging, a membership in a group to which each member can contribute and experience a sense of connectedness to others. The AECEO engages its members by creating the opportunity for them to be involved and focused in their practice and on the value of our profession. As a collective voice for early learning professionals, the AECEO gives the value of expression to our members. Your voices are the driving force behind both the professional learning and the advocacy movement in our profession. And finally, the association is concerned about the well-being of early learning professionals as we actively campaign for professional pay for professional work, healthy working conditions, and assurance for both recognition and security in our sector. On November 5th, 2015, the AECO will be celebrating its 65th year of supporting early childhood educators in Ontario. Throughout its history, the AECO has played a major role in shaping and advancing the early childhood profession and high-quality early childhood education and care for Ontario's children. Reflecting on the past 65 years, it seems that the AECO has accomplished much of what it set out to do. Early childhood education is an established profession, and our specialized skills and knowledge are recognized explicitly through government policy and programs. ECE credentials are increasingly required for jobs within a diverse array of programs, working directly with children, as well as positions within governing, administering, and managing bodies within the sector. New expectations for programs reflect the assumption that ECE staff are highly trained and prepared to carry out complex and high-quality work. Professional learning is becoming increasingly accessible, visible, and integrated into various systems where ECEs work. As we reflect on what we've accomplished over the years, we are also looking to the future and how the AECEO can best support the ECE profession and the broader early childhood education and care sector moving forward. Like the field itself, the association is experiencing a great time of change. But we know that our work is far from done because too many ECEs are still struggling with inadequate compensation and working conditions that do not reflect or support the important work that they do. Now is the time for the ECE profession to achieve full recognition through professional compensation and supports. Everything that we have accomplished is a testimony to the fact that we deserve it. Now is a time that ECEs must come together as a collective, strong and united, to claim the value of our work for children, families, communities, and society. Now is a time for a movement for ECEs. We know this might be the hardest thing we've ever done, but once again, it will take the dedication, volunteerism, and passion of our numerous members and partners, ECEs and allies, to achieve this goal. Our history gives us the confidence and determination to persevere, and the hope that we will be celebrating the reality of professional pay for professional work for all ECEs on our next anniversary. The recent publication of the Evolution of Professional Learning for RECEs in Ontario, co-constructed by Shani Halfin and Melanie Dixon of the AECO and the College of Early Childhood Educators, is evidence of the importance of authentic partnerships and collective leadership. I mean, hey, up until early this week when I got confirmation of my actual hotel room booking, the president of the college and I were actually to be sleeping together. But as it stands, we've kept it to just sharing wine. And I quote from the Evolution of Professional Learning for RECs in Ontario, "It will take leadership at all levels to determine and advocate for the appropriate and fair working conditions that will enable the full benefit of these significant system and program changes." The collective leadership represented in this room is so very impressive. To the participants of the leadership pilot, you wouldn't be sitting here today if you did not believe in and were not invested in your future as a professional and in the future of each and every one of the children upon whose lives you have such a profound impact each and every day, with literally every meaningful interaction. I encourage you to be part of this movement in our community. We are all compelled to strive for excellence in our practice, to improve the quality of our programs, to improve our skills as professionals, and to support and influence the development of our young entry-level professionals. You will influence those who look to us to lead the way in this exciting and influential field. We need everyone to be a leader. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.
Thank you, Noreen. And now I'll call on Carole Fontaine from La FACEO.
Bonjour, hello. Mon nom est Carole Fontaine, je représente la FACEO. Chers collègues, chers amis, chers partenaires, qui tient à vitalité le cœur, la petite enfance, qui tient la vitalité de la petite enfance en Ontario. Je suis très heureuse d'être parmi vous ici ce matin, à titre de vice-présidente de l'Association francophone des services de la petite enfance de l'Ontario, et c'est avec joie que j'ai accepté l'invitation de l'Ordre des éducateurs et éducatrices de la petite enfance pour vous souhaiter la chaleureuse des bienvenues à ce deuxième symposium portant sur le leadership en éducation à la petite enfance. À voir le nombre d'intervenants ici ce matin, tous réunis pour s'entretenir d'un enjeu aussi important dans le leadership en petite enfance, nous sommes assurés d'une vitalité en Ontario et je m'en réjouis d'avance avec les conclusions que nous en tirerons aujourd'hui. À la FACEO, l'enfant a toujours été au cœur de nos actions et ce qui concrétise principalement l'accompagnement de réseautage de ceux et celles qui veillent au développement des jeunes enfants. Quelle belle occasion aujourd'hui de créer de nouveaux liens avec des leaders engagés en éducation de la petite enfance partout en province. L'éducation en petite enfance passe inévitablement par l'éducation continue aux adultes et œuvre auprès des enfants dans l'ère où nous vivons et les connaissances pratiques évoluent à une vitesse fulgurante. L'apprentissage professionnel continu est un incontournable pour intégrer et réfléchir à la pertinence de la faisabilité des changements que nous propose continuellement. Engagé dans une profonde transition dans le secteur de la petite enfance, dont celui de la langue française, qui a vécu au cours de la dernière décennie plusieurs changements, et aujourd'hui. Ce deuxième symposium portant sur le leadership de la petite enfance est la preuve que cette transformation se poursuit et avance concrètement. Nous pouvons déjà voir l'émergence des leaders dans nos communautés qui démontrent que le changement est possible. Ces leaders qui sortent des sentiers battus et qui osent essayer de nouvelles façons de faire, de nouvelles façons créatives et innovatives. Disons-le, les leaders doivent prendre un risque, mais le risque de faire des erreurs, mais surtout d'avoir la chance et la satisfaction de leurs erreurs et de faire profiter leur apprentissage à d'autres, et ainsi que la barre à atteindre est toujours plus haute, plus bénéfique, au plus grand bénéfice des enfants. Année après année, depuis 25 ans, un des enjeux qui a toujours été présent pour les membres de la FACEO est la qualité des services offerts en français. Et depuis, ce sont les leaders francophones et francophiles engagés et motivés qui ont fait une différence dans nos communautés et qui contribuent à une richesse pour pouvoir offrir à nos enfants une éducation en français. Je ne sais pas pour vous, mais au cours de mes mandats d'administratrice et de celui de vice-présidente depuis 6 ans, je suis toujours agréablement surprise de constater combien de professionnels de la petite enfance engagés et motivés et intègres en Ontario. N'est-ce pas là toute la qualité exceptionnelle d'un leader? La pratique réflexive est à la base du professionnalisme. Permettons-nous aujourd'hui de prendre le temps pour réfléchir ensemble et n'est-ce pas là la clé du succès? Unir nos forces, nos entreprises et je tiens à remercier l'Ordre pour l'organisation de ce 2e symposium. Merci.